I remember the call like it was yesterday. Dispatch crackled to life in my patrol car, and I responded to the address, a rural stretch of highway where the pavement seemed to stretch on forever. A 911 caller reported a suspicious person allegedly brandishing a firearm near an abandoned gas station. I arrived on scene, my heart rate steady, my training kicking in. As I stepped out of my vehicle, the sun beat down on me, casting a golden glow over the desolate landscape. The air was heavy with the scent of diesel fuel and stale cigarettes. I scanned the area, my eyes locking onto a lone figure, dressed in tattered jeans and a black leather jacket, pacing back and forth in front of the gas station. My gut told me this wasn't a routine disturbance call. There was an air of desperation about him, a sense of recklessness that set my instincts on high alert. I approached cautiously, my hand resting on the grip of my sidearm, my eyes locked on the young man's hands, searching for any sign of the reported firearm. As I drew closer, he spun around, his eyes wild, his face gaunt. For a moment, our gazes locked, and I saw a flicker of something, fear, anger, or maybe a mix of both. My training told me to stay calm, to de-escalate the situation, but my experience whispered that this kid was on the edge, and I needed to be ready for anything. I took a deep breath, my voice even, and called out to him, "Hey, buddy, let's talk about what's going on here." The words felt like a gamble, but I knew I had to try to reach him, to bring him back from the precipice. Little did I know, this was only the beginning of a long, dark night, one that would test my skills, my patience, and my resolve. I remember that summer evening like it was yesterday. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the dusty desert landscape. I was patrolling the county roads in my cruiser, the radio crackling with the usual chatter, when the call came in, a 10 to 96, a high-priority pursuit in progress. My adrenaline spiked as I flipped on the sirens and hit the gas. As I approached the intersection of Highway 12 and Oakdale Road, I could see the suspect's vehicle, a black sedan, weaving in and out of traffic. My training kicked in, and I fell into pursuit mode, my eyes locked on the sedan's taillights. The chase was on. The sedan's driver, later identified as 25-year-old Jesse Wilson, was determined to get away. He pushed the car to its limits, taking sharp turns and running red lights. I stuck to his bumper, my heart pounding in my chest. My mind raced with scenarios, anticipating his next move. We flew past the outskirts of town, the desert landscape blurring into a brown-green haze. The sedan's tires screeched as Jesse took a sharp turn onto a dirt road. I followed, my cruiser's suspension groaning in protest. The road narrowed, and the trees grew closer, casting long shadows in the fading light. Suddenly, Jesse's brake lights flashed, and he spun the car to the left, attempting to shake me. But I was ready. I countered the move, my tires kicking up dirt and gravel as I maintained pursuit. The sedan's engine sputtered, and Jesse lost control, fishtailing into a ditch. I brought my cruiser to a stop, angling it to block the sedan's escape route. As I approached the vehicle, I could see Jesse's panicked face, his eyes darting back and forth. I drew my sidearm, my finger resting lightly on the trigger.